Greetings! Today I am going to bring you a case study about the documentary The Age of Easy Money, which is featured on PBS's Frontline Documentaries. It was produced by James Jacoby and Anya Borg and directed by James Jacoby. So let's get into this case. So if you're like me, you are definitely asking the question, what is the age of easy money? And did I miss it? Well, the disappointing answer is yes, it's come and gone. It started all the way back in 2008 when the housing bubble burst due to cheap credit and lax lending standards. In order to prevent our financial markets from basically collapsing, the Fed stepped in to save the day. First, the Fed lowered interest rates to stimulate the system, but this didn't work quite as effectively as thought. Then the Feds implemented quantitative easing, QE, which to stimulate the economy. And this was basically an experimental way to inject new money into the system, hoping that the banks would start lending again. Now you might be thinking, how can the Federal Reserve step in and take such actions? How can they just print new money to stimulate the economy? The Federal Reserve System was established in 1913, and it functions as an independent regulatory agency. The Feds basically have a dual mandate. One, maintain stable pricing through maintaining stable inflation, which ideally is at 2%, and two, promote full employment. Now, these two mandates are difficult to maintain at the same time, but the Feds have three monetary tools to help utilize and stimulate the economy. They first can set the reserve requirements for banks, which is the amount of money banks are required to hold. They set the discount rate, which is the interest rate paid on borrowed funds. And they also have open market operations. The age of easy money continued, and by 2019, the QE created continued inequalities and widening the wealth gap in this country. And those who benefited the most were those who owned stock, not the everyday person. The Feds drove so much new money into the market that a new form of currency started to be traded and speculated, called cryptocurrency. When the pandemic hit in March 2020, QE only became more exacerbated through the additional stimulus money and other relief programs. So what age are we in now? Definitely not the age of easy money. The Feds are raising interest rates at a pace faster than ever in history before, hoping to restore inflation back down to its ideal rate of 2%. But these continued government bailouts over the past decades have only created what is called moral hazard within the American economy. Moral hazard is the belief that the government will use its power to correct any economic condition versus letting the economy grow authentically and not artificially. It's going to be interesting to see how things play out for the average American as the Fed continues to try to correct the damage done from the age of easy money.